Hello students, welcome to SK Biology. Our today's topic is about sex-linked inheritance, in which we are going to discuss two genetic diseases, hemophilia and color blindness. Before going to details of this disease, two small concepts we will understand. First one is linkage. Linkage is the tendency of genes located close together on the same chromosome to be inherited together during meiosis. To understand this concept, look at this picture of chromosome on which 4 genes are present, which I have shown in different colors. You can clearly observe that position of 4 gene is specific. Gene R is on one sister chromatid and gene YGP are on other sister chromatids. These 3 genes forms linkage group as they are on same sister chromatid. Linked genes are actually genes which are very close to each other. So they pass together when there is a meiosis. On the basis of distance between genes, they can be linked genes or non-linked genes. In this picture, linked genes will be Y and G as well as G and P as they are close to each other. But gene R is on different sister chromatid, so R is not linked with Y, G and P. Even Y and P can be non-linked as they are not much close to each other. Due to linkage characteristics, linked genes do not follow Mendel's law of independent assortment. So, do not separate from each other when they inherit. Second concept we need to understand is crossing over. At the time of meiosis, homologous chromosome exchange genetic material by the process of crossing over. Look at this picture to understand crossing over concept. Here I have shown pair of homologous chromosome. One chromosome is yellow and other is purple. When these chromosomes placed very close to each other during meiosis, they form a knot-like structure in patchitin stage of meiosis. Sometime when this knot is opened, it results into exchange of genetic material between two sister chromatids. This whole process is a crossing over. These are the two concepts which are very important in a study of genetics. Now let us begin next point from this unit, sex-linked inheritance. Sex-linked inheritance refers to transmission of genes that are located on the sex chromosome, X chromosome or Y chromosome, and transmission to next generation. There are two types of sex-linked inheritance in humans. One is X-linked and other is Y-linked. First, we will discuss X-linked inheritance, which is present in both male and female. In case of female, we know that female carry pair of X chromosome, so she can show only X-linked inheritance, where at the time of gamete formation, gamete will have X chromosomes only. These X chromosome mother can pass to her daughter or to her son. Daughter will have other X chromosome from her father and son will have Y chromosome from father. If both X chromosomes are healthy, daughter will be healthy female. If one of the X chromosome is defective, she will be recessive to that defect as daughter has one healthy copy of X chromosome along with defective X. This results into carrier state of daughter, which can pass this defective X to next generation. But she is not affected by that defect. Daughter can be affected if both X chromosomes are defective, results into diseased trait. When mother passes X chromosome to son, if X passed is healthy, son will be healthy. But if X is defected, son will show diseased trait, as he is having only single copy of X chromosome. In case of male, male carries single copy of X and Y chromosome. So he can have both type of sex-linked inheritance, X-linked as well as Y-linked. In X-linked inheritance, he can pass X chromosome to his daughter, so daughter will have one X from mother and one X from father. If X chromosomes are healthy, it will result into healthy daughter. But if one of the two X chromosome is defective, it will produce recessive state of daughter in which she will be carrier of that defect. But herself is not affected due to presence of one healthy X chromosome. But if both X chromosomes are defected, it will be affected daughter. In Y-linked inheritance, father passes Y chromosome only to his son. So, if father has healthy Y chromosome, son will have healthy Y chromosome. And if father has defective Y chromosome, son will have defective Y chromosome with diseased trait. Let us understand these sex-linked inheritance in hemophilia and color blindness. Haemophilia is a X-linked inheritance disease. It's a bleeding disorder in which blood does not clot normally due to deficiency of clotting factor. Here in this table you can see two types of hemophilia, A and B. Deficient clotting factor is 8 and 9 respectively. This disease is popularly known as royal disease because in 19th century Queen Victoria was detected as a carrier. She passed this defective X chromosome to next generation. The pedigree of this disease you can see here in this picture. In the same way, color blindness is also a disease of X-linked inheritance, in which vision of person is defective and cannot distinguish between colors properly. Defect is due to defective or absent cone cells. Here in this table you can see different type of color blindness and their respective cells. Now let us understand how hemophilia and color blindness affect next generation by inheritance of X chromosomal genes. If mother carries defective gene for hemophilia or color blindness, she can transfer it to her daughter, which results into formation of carrier daughter with recessive trait for disease. And if daughter got another defective X from father, she will be defective with diseased trait. If mother passes defective X to her son, son will be showing defective characteristic, that is diseased condition, as he is not having extra healthy X chromosome. In father, case is little different. If father has defective X, this X he will pass only to his daughter, not to the son. The resulting daughter phenotype will be recessive with one defective and one healthy X chromosome. But if daughter have another defective chromosome from mother, she will show disease trait as affected female. So in this way, sex-linked inheritance is passes from parent to offsprings in hemophilia and color blindness disease.